0.73, 22 divided by 32.
Hey Fitzy, you ready for this next Barside chat?
I was told there'd be no math.
Wrong, buddy. We're talking about mountain bike gearing.
There's a lot going on with modern mountain bike gearing these days.
Yeah, it's not just a triple anymore, is it?
It is not just a triple anymore.
But now there's doubles and there's singles. Why is the industry getting into that? I mean, the triple, it worked fine.
Two things. They're pretty heavy. They're cumbersome to shift also. So if we can get rid of some of that front shifting, it's going to make everyone's lives a little bit easier. I think there's a misconception that gear ratio calculation is confusing and it's really hard to figure out. It's really simple. Just remember this one formula. Take your front number of chainring teeth
Right.
and divide that by your rear number of cassette teeth. If that number gets smaller, your pedaling gets easier.
Okay.
If that number gets bigger, guess what?
It gets harder.
You got it. With a traditional triple, generally the easiest climbing gear that people have been riding for the past, number of years, with a 9-speed drivetrain, has been a 22-tooth inner ring in your crankset and a 34-tooth big ring on your cassette in the back.
Okay.
So if we run the numbers here, that is going to give us 0.65. Most of the time with a double crank, you're going to be seeing a 26-tooth inner chainring, which seems huge compared to a 22.
Right.
But they actually jumped up the cassette size to a 36-tooth in the back.
Okay.
So run the numbers, what do we get? Spit out the other end, 0.72. We were at 0.65, now we're at 0.72. So if you're riding a triple setup with a 22-tooth inner ring and a 34-tooth largest cassette cog, imagine dropping 2 of those gears. And that's what you're going to get with a stock 2x setup. Now we're talking about a single ring up front. Check that out. You can feel the difference.
It's incredibly light. It's 1x11 setup, right?
It is, and that's something to be mindful of. Now we're going to 11 in the back. Let's reference the numbers. With the XX1 stock, we're looking at a 32-tooth front chainring.
Okay.
In the back, for the cassette, we're looking at a 1042. Going to the calculator here, we are looking at 0.76 for our easiest climbing gear.
Okay.
Now if you remember, we go back to that easiest stock climbing gear. Remember, we keep saying stock because we can customize and change some things around.
Right.
Stock double easiest climbing gear is 0.72.
Okay.
So we're really right in there.
Right in there.
But with this XX1, you've got a lot of different chainring tooth configuration options. So we can get you down even lower, and we can get you that triple gearing with an XX1. You will lose some of the high end on the other side there.
Okay.
A lot of concern comes up about not having a front derailleur or a chain retention system. This tooth profile that you can feel here, every other tooth actually bulges out, and the troughs in between the teeth are a little bit deeper.
Right.
So what that does is it actually holds the chain on. Once the chain is wrapped around that chain ring, it's really hard for it to pop off. So no need for any chain retention system on there. Again, saving some more weight and keeping things just simpler. Take away that front derailleur, take away chain retention systems. Designers have a lot more freedom and flexibility to make really cool suspension designs.
Tell me, what do I take away from this?
Yeah. I think the thing to take away is don't feel like you have to sit at home and crunch these numbers and figure out the heavy math by yourself. We're here to help people for that. And that's a service that we really enjoy providing for people. We want to learn about your riding style, where you like to go, who you're riding with, what wheel size you're riding. Are you a 26, 27, 29-inch wheeled rider? Because that factors in. And then we can take all that information and make the best gearing suggestion for you, and even take a stock bike that we have on the floor and change it around so it goes out the door the way you want it to be. Be sure to check out Fitzgerald'sBicycles.com. We do have a gear ratio page on there that's going to break down all the details, all the options. That's the best resource for sure.
Sweet. So no matter what I choose, I can still be able to climb when I need to climb.
Yeah, as long as you've been training.
As long as the engine works.
Exactly.
See, well, thanks, Fitzy.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Cheers. Thanks for joining us for another Barside Chat. Be sure to check them all out on Fitzgerald'sBicycles.com.